everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and today is All Things Altered. And I will have Creating in Waiting. I will have her link down below. But today I would work with a piece of scrap from a package of binder clips that I got at Dollar Tree. And we're going to manipulate it just a little bit. Excuse me while I pick up my trash can. So I want to use this part here. And actually I think I'm going to use the whole thing. Where's my mini scoreboard? Let's take just this top off. And yes, I'm going to use my paper trimmer. My blade's about had it. I've been cutting thin cardboard and magnet sheets all day because I've been getting I've been getting all of my dies cataloged and put on magnet strips. Almost finished. I ran out of bags, so I will have more of those in here on Tuesday. And I will have more magnet sheets in here tomorrow. So, getting closer. Okay, so we have this here that is 9 3/4 inches. And I want to fold this up about 4 inches. And I'm going to use my scoreboard, because here's the thing. I could just fold this up, but when you use a scoreboard, when you actually create a score line, however you choose to do it, whether you've got a scoreboard or you use your trimmer, however you do it, you're going to get a better crease without all the crackling of your paper or your cardstock. Now, if you don't have a scoreboard, let me show you this. If you do not have a scoreboard, but you have a paper trimmer, you can use this as your scoreboard. Your measurements are always going to be the same. They're a ruler. They're 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. Now I want to fold this up about 4 inches, and I'm going to do that by laying my cardboard, my end on my 4-inch mark, and then I'm just going to use anything virtually that has any kind of a smooth groove. I'm using this from my bone folder, but I could use this from Dollar Tree, and I just want to close right down through that groove and follow the groove on the trimmer. If you have a regular bone folder, you could use that and score right down through your track on your trimmer. If all else fails, you could use a paper clip, a big paper clip. Anything that's going to let you run down through the track on your paper trimmer. And that's going to give you your score line. I'm not going to go too far with the trimmer because I'm going to need it. Don't need my measure. But now that I have this, I can come up here and I can bend this forward. Oh, maybe I didn't want to go 4 inches. Maybe I didn't want to go 4 inches. Let's take this down to 3. Let's not make it quite so deep. So I'm going to take 1 inch off of that. You can hear that rough cut on there. And I'm going to take my handy dandy little corner rounder that I got from Hobby Lobby. I love this little thing. And round my corner. Okay. And that corner didn't round very good. Let's come back and hit it again. Didn't have him in there square apparently. Okay. So then this will fold up. And after I get this decorated, then we'll turn this into a pocket. Now I am going to use my heavier duty corner rounder. My favorite one to use for this is my Detailed Trio from Stampin' Up. And I think I'm going to wait until after I put my paper on there, actually. That scoreboard out of the way. Back where it belongs. Now I had this, I don't need to cover this down here, I just need to cover the top. So I need to find something that's going to come down just below there. But here's the trick. I could go just below this and just go down, I could go down just like 3.5 inches. But If I go all the way down to the bottom, I run less of a risk of anything that I pull in and out of the pocket catching on this sliver of paper across here. So I am going to cover this all the way to the bottom. And let's see what paper we should use. Remember, we're using that paper pack from Stampin' Up. And before I cut into big pieces, I'm starting with working with the smaller ones that I have, the pieces. I want to work with those first. And what did I drop? Pieces of something that I've cut. Okay, I don't want the cardstock. Nothing in here is going to be big enough. Now I may use some of this, we'll see. But let's start by covering this, and I want it to be on a color. Let's do the hearts. Or do we do a background? Let's do this blue background. So we're going to need a piece of paper to cover this. And I'm going to go ahead and it's going to be, what did we say, roughly all the way to the bottom, goes to about 5.5 by 4. Okay, now this has a bit of a direction to it, so I'm going to follow this, make sure this is up. So I'm going to cut this 4 inches wide first, and then I'll come back and cut it at the 5.5. Got some static electricity on there. Okay, so move this, bring this in, and I am going to use my Tombow glue. Tell you, I've about gone through 2 bottles of glue this week doing stuff. And on that line, it's hard to tell if I've got glue coming out onto there or not. So let's see if this one's got a little bit more glue on it. Okay, there we go. We can see that glue. We can see that. And I'm going to come all the way up here to the top. Just like that. Okay. And I do have to trim this off just a little bit. Now when you're trimming up against an edge, if you turn your scissors at about a 45-degree angle, you can go right up against that edge without nicking into it. Okay, and then come in here with this. And bring this up. There are a lot of different things that you can alter, but I'm focusing on packaging that's coming into the house so that I can use it up as it comes in and not have to throw it in the waste or have it I know what I'm thinking. I just went brain dead. And I think I am going to do this the same way. So we need this, what was it, 4 inches by 3 inches. So we need to cut this one 3 by 4. Wait a minute, maybe this one will work. This one may work. Because we know it's 4 inches. Can I get 3 out of it? Yes, I can. Now because this, I should have put this in place before I glued that down. I'm going to go ahead and come back with my paper jumper, my corner rounder, and take care of that. Just like that. And because my trimmer's a little rough, I am going to distress that edge. And we can come back and distress that edge after we chomp the corners on it. That'll help conceal part of that roughness on the from the paper trimmer. And now I'm going to go ahead. I know I grabbed the right bottle. So Bob will be home in 2 days. I've not accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish. I never do, but I keep trying. But the fact that I just about have all of my dies cataloged is a big thing for me right now. Okay, what did I do with my squeegee? And I got that slide just a little bit, so we'll get slide back up there. Okay. And then we want to make sure that nothing is sticking in there, so I'm going to grab this tag. Make sure we can get in there like that. Okay, now let's put something on the front. I think. Oh. That is almost too big. But I think I'm going to use it. And I'm going to come back and use this white one on the front, because I don't know which die set I used to create this. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Because that's that black, I can see that glue coming out of there okay. I'm going to put that on the front. Instead of putting that white one on the front, let's see if one of these stickers will look cool on here. That one. Or this one. I like that one on there. Let's do that one. I'll put this one back for another time. Okay, the only other thing I want to do with this now is I want to cut a tag. Let's go ahead and distress the outside of this first before I forget. So I'm just going to go along the edges. And then come out just a little bit long. But it's okay. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to round these top corners off. Which I was going to do before I distressed, but that's okay. Sponge is right here ready to go. We're fine. Okay, so now I want to put a tag in here. I have about 5 inches to work with. So let's do a 3x5 tag, shall we? And I don't think this one's quite going to do it. What do I have laying here that I could put to use? This will work. And I like this because it's already white on the back. Let's go in here with our glue eraser and degoom it. This gum eraser I got with my Penguin 365 stencil. And I hope to play with that this fall. I've got to get the desk room to do that with. But I do want to play with that. Okay, so let's cut this one. What did I say? 5? Let's cut this one to 5. Oh, that sounds rough. And 3. Yep, 3. Let's cut it 3.5 because I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Because I think what that's not going to work. That one's not going to work. I wanted, 3 is too wide. 3 is too wide. Let's see, let's try that again. Because I cut it at 4, how's that sound? Let's cut a 3 like I wanted to do. That'll make more sense. And then instead of, let's cover this first. We got to cover this side. And we want something that's really going to pop against that. So, got that carnation down there. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. So we need to cut this one 3x5. Now we want to make sure we cut this one this way. I'm going to cut it widthwise first, or lengthwise first. Okay. And then 3x5. And because this is a directional paper, we want to make sure we're going the right direction. And back in here with this. And all we're doing is making use of our packaging. Stuff that would wind up in the landfill is now going to be pretty. Okay. And now, I hung my, there they are. I was going to say I hung my tab thingies from Madi. Let's do a nice wide one. Let's do the 1.5" on here. So all I'm going to do is line that up, top and side. Come in with my scissors. Make sure it's flush. Okay, and then I'm going to come back over here and do the same thing. No flipping anything around. Just moving my tab stencil. It gives me my perfect mitered corners for my tags. And I will link those down below. There are 2 sizes, and they are the handiest little thing. I could never get that flipping thing and get them to match. With this, it's not a problem. Here's my other tip. In your tags, so your tags slide in and out of your pockets easier, round your bottom corners. And then they'll slide, whoops, they'll slide in and out of your pocket easier. Okay, because anything that doesn't have an edge is going to move easier. Now let's get our corner, or get our circle or hole punch. And we'll do that. We're at 16 minutes. I'm trying to get this to a point where I could put hole reinforcers on here. And with that one, what do we have that we could make hole reinforcers with? I want to do green. Well, let's go ahead and do the blue so they'll match. So I have this scrap, and I'm going to punch 2 holes with my 1/4" hole punch, just like that. And then I'm going to tack in with my 1/2" hole punch, center that 1/4" over top, just like that. Whoops. And now I have 2 hole reinforcers, and I'm going to put one on the front. Just like this. And got the glue on there. It's kind of hard to tell if it's the paper or the hole. And when this dries, I will come back and I will clean up the back of this tag some more. And I'm not going to want to put it in the hole just yet either. There we go. Okay, the only thing we have left to do is to add some color on there. I don't want to do that. Let's see what I have in my lace box over here. Lace and string. Thought maybe I had put some. Yes, I didn't. Okay, what have I got on the shelf? Ooh, let's put this pretty hot pink on there. Let's put this on there. I don't have pink on there, I have orange. Okay. Well, I puzzle this out. Here's an orange. Not quite sure what it was from. It's Stampin' Up! It's Tangerine Tango. I will just tear this off just like this. Because eventually all my ribbons are going to be on cards anyway, so there we go. And we want about 4 inches on here. Let's do 7. And then that'll give us room for our loop. And if you want your flat part of your loop to be in the front, you want to run your loop from the back. Just like this. And that will put that loop in the front of your tag. Took me the longest time to figure out, why am I getting it in the back? I want it in the front. Well, go from back to front. There we go. And then I'm going to come in, pare those down just a little bit. And there is our pocket and tag. made from packaging for our All Things Altered project for today. Remember to check out her link down below, and I will see you back here tomorrow. I should have checked my date book. I can't remember. I think it's a tag week, but I'm not positive. It's either going to be a Try It Tuesday or it's going to be a Tag Tuesday. Come back tomorrow and find out. In the meantime, remember to like, share, subscribe, and create a blessings.